Fever is one of the most common presenting complaint in outdoors. First of all, we will know what is the normal body temperature and what is definition of the fever and its clinical importance, and at the end what is the management of the fever, how we will manage the fever. First of all, what is the normal body temperature? The average normal body temperature if taken orally in the mid-morning is 36.7 degrees centigrade, and the normal range is 36 to 37.4 degrees centigrade. The normal rectal or vaginal temperature is 0.5 degrees centigrade higher than the oral temperature, and the axillary temperature is 0.5 degrees centigrade lower than the oral temperature. Rectal temperature is more reliable than the oral temperature, particularly in patients who breathe through their mouth or who are tachypneic. Now, what is fever? How can we define fever? Fever means a rise in the body temperature above upper normal limit, or you can say it is a regulated rise to a new set point of body temperature in the hypothalamus. The remembering thing is that it is a regulated rise to a new set point. Now, it is induced by the pyrogenic cytokines. What are the cytokines which induce fever? Number 1 is the interleukin 1, number 2 interleukin 6, tumor necrosis factor, and at the end interferon gamma. These are factors. Now, what is the clinical importance of the fever? First of all, fever as a symptom provides important information about presence of illness, particularly infection. Here are some questions we will like to ask from patient. Mode of onset: either fever is acute onset or gradual onset. Acute onset in acute infections like malaria or in pneumonia, and gradual onset in chronic infections like tuberculosis. Now, associated with rigors and chills as in malaria, either it is high grade or low grade. High grade in acute infections and low grade in chronic infections. A fever which is more than 102 degree Fahrenheit is considered as high grade, and if it's less than 101 degree Fahrenheit, it is low grade fever. What are the different patterns of the fever? First pattern is the continuous fever or sustained fever. It is a pattern in which there is a little change in elevated temperature during a 24-hour period. Then second pattern is the remittent pattern of the fever. In remittent pattern of fever, temperature falls each day but not to the normal limit. It is seen in brucellosis and infective endocarditis. Number third pattern is intermittent fever. Fever falls to normal or below each day. It is called intermittent pattern, seen in malaria, TB and Kala-Azar. Then the fourth pattern is relapsing pattern of the fever. It is actually a variant of the intermittent pattern of the fever, in which fever spikes are separated by days or weeks of intervening normal temperature. Examples are malaria and Hodgkin disease. Here are few examples. Typhoid, dengue, meningitis are examples of continuous fever. Brucellosis is example of remittent fever. Malaria is example of intermittent, and malaria and Hodgkin disease has relapsing patterns. Now, what is the management of the fever? When temperature is greater than 40 degrees centigrade and patient is symptomatic, only then treatment is required. Regardless of the cause, cold sponges, ice bags or ice water enemas, these measurements will lower the body temperature. As well as the drugs are concerned, the basic drugs which are used initially are the aspirin or acetaminophen. These drugs can effectively reduce the body temperature in fever. One important thing is these drugs are best administered around the clock rather than as needed. as well as antibiotics are concerned, these should be used only in case of infectious disease, and anti-malarials should be used only in the malarial disease. Now, when we have to admit a patient with fever in the hospital, here are a few indications like number 1 is the heat stroke, number 2 for measurement to control a temperature higher than 41 degrees centigrade, or number 3 is when fever is associated with seizure or other mental status changes.